Welcome my darlings, I am C and this is CJDIY. Another amazing creations, and this time I was inspired by these fantastic flower buckets from Mackenzies Child. They're selling them for $118 and I'm gonna give my own version to it. I got this 11-inch galvanized bucket. I got mine from Walmart, but you can find it at any crafting stores if you look for them. And what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna remove the handles with the bolts. After I remove them, I'm gonna put them on a side. First thing that I did is I'm gonna paint the inside part with a crimson chalk paint. I gave it a 2 good coats. Doesn't need to be perfect because we're gonna cover it with decorations. And now I'm gonna work on the outside part. I'm using these Stewart Plaid napkins, and with the tape on the corner, I'm removing the inside part gently because this napkin is so thin. You gotta be careful. And now we're gonna add it on my bucket. We're gonna decoupage it. I purchased these napkins from Amazon. Links are in my description box. And now with a Mod Podge and with my sponge brush, I'm gonna add it and I'm gonna decoupage it nice and smoothly. First, I started with the front part where it's gonna be the face of the bucket. And I want this part to be perfect, and I'm just going smoothly with my fingers, and I want to make sure all the lines are straight, they're not crooked. And with my brayer, I'm going over just to get rid of the bubbles and the wrinkles. After that part is done, I'm going layer by layer, part by part, until I cover the whole bucket with it. You don't need to put a lot of Mod Podge, because if you put a lot of Mod Podge, that's where you're creating a lot of bubbles and wrinkles. You just need to put enough amount to cover the napkins where it's gonna stay smooth, glued, and covered. Now I'm working on the back part of the bucket, and I added the rest of the Mod Podge with the brush, and now I'm repeating the same way like I did up front, and I'm gonna connect both parts of the napkins on the back of the bucket. When that part is done, I'm cutting off the rest of the napkin on the bottom with the scissors and sealing the whole bucket with a matte finish Mod Podge. Since I'm decorating in these Stewart Plaid traditional Christmas colors this year, I wanted to add more extra with this design, and nothing better than this beautiful bucket. To remove extra bubbles and wrinkles and make it like it was made original with this plaid design, I'm using parchment paper and I'm using my mini press iron and going over until my whole bucket is nice and smooth, and I really love how it came out. After that, I'm adding chalk paint in color black with a tiny brush on top of my bucket and on the bottom as well. Also, I'm gonna paint the handles with the same black chalk paint before I glue them back to the bucket, and I think it's gonna look very close to the original one. You'll be the judge of it. You're gonna let me know at the end, what do you think? I'm also adding rustic golden filigree in front of the bucket, and I got 2 kinds of them, and see which one is gonna look best. But before that, I'm gluing back the handles. I added adhesive glue also with the bolts to make it sturdier, and after that we're gonna add the filigree as well. I am adding adhesive glue. I love this glue, it's from Dollar Tree, and I added it on the back of the filigree, and smoothly I'm going with my 2 fingers holding it. And after that, I'm also adding another black lines after the golden filigree. If you can see, the original have 2 lines. I didn't want it to add 2 lines, but I just added 1 simple black line after that just to give more details. and I think I really love how rustic and gorgeous it looks. To decorate it, I added some frosted picks. I got those from Walmart. You can add just a simple greenery, frosted greenery on top. This time I wanted to add some frosted berries and acorns, and I'm also adding these golden LED candles. Those are from Dollar Tree. They're new. They have red and golden version, and I added them inside. And here how it looks beside my fireplace. I might change it out. I just put it beside it just to see how it's gonna look, and let me know what do you think about this one. Have you seen those beautiful round beaded plaques from Dollar Tree? I grabbed 3 of them. They came out just like that with that antique finish, rustic antique finish, and they're like 8-inch long. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just measuring in the middle, and if you haven't guessed by now, I'm gonna make me a tier tray. So with my gun, I'm just drilling a hole, and we're gonna put them all together. This plaque is such a good quality, and if you see those, they come in 2 different shapes, round and oval. Grab them all because you can do so much with them. Now that I made the hole in the middle part of my plaque, I want to make sure that the handle will fit. So I'm just going over and I'm drilling more with my gun to make sure that it's gonna be perfect. I'm gonna do the same thing to my other 2 plaques, measuring and poking the hole before we add the handles. Now that I got my plaques ready, I'm gonna add more decoupage. I'm adding these same napkins on top of my plaques, and I'm just going first with my fingers and then with a pencil smoothly going around to see where I'm gonna cut it off. And it's a little bit difficult because of the beads. And after I made the round shape, I'm just cutting it off and I'm gonna decoupage it on top of each plaque. Every year I'm decorating different color for Christmas, and this year I am obsessed with this Stewart Plaid rustic traditional decor. I even got a PJs for the whole family. And let me know, what color scheme are you decorating this year? And are you obsessed with this Stewart Plaid as much as I am? I mean, all stores are having all these designs, and not that we are just trendy, we're in a beautiful Christmas traditional spirit. This decoupage went so smooth on my plaques. I just added Mod Podge, and with the fingers I'm going smoothly around the edges, and with the brayer make sure there is no wrinkles and bubbles. And after they're all finished, it's gonna look like those trays were originally made with this design. Also, I'm sealing the top of the napkin with the Mod Podge, and I'm gonna repeat the same thing on my other 2 plaques. And the edges, I just use a lighter because it's so hard to go around the beads to get rid of the extra extensions of the napkins, to seal it, and also to remove the bubbles and the wrinkles. I'm using the parchment paper and my mini press, and this is how it looks. For the middle part, to make sure that the hole is not covered with the napkin, I just use the pencil and I just open my napkin with it. I also seal it with a Mod Podge, and now I'm gonna be adding these handles. These handles are gorgeous. They're from Amazon. They're coming as a 9 sets, different colors. I paid like $20 for them, so they came as a $2 and a change for a piece, and you can make so many tiered trays with it. And now I'm just putting them all together, and we're gonna have a perfect tiered tray for our holidays. And here it is on my breakfast bar with the homemade cookies, just perfect for the holidays. I really love how it came out. I can't believe that all this is from Dollar Tree, and it only cost me, together with the handle, $5 and some change. Now let's make some decor for outdoor. I'm using 14-inch metal wreath from Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using this fur ribbon from Hobby Lobby, purchased 50% off. I think it's 7.5 feet long, and I'm going to use it all. So to cover this 14-inch wreath, you're going to need 7.5 feet long ribbon. So simply what I did is, first on the beginning, I just glue it on the back of the wreath, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna wrap it around and cover the whole metal wreath with it. Simple. I didn't need to add any glue. I'm just adding glue at the beginning and then at the end, and simply I'm just going and tying the whole ribbon around the wreath. And with this, I'm gonna show you the easiest way how to make a wreath, and it's gonna be boutique gorgeous, and you don't need to have any professional classes for it. Anybody can do it. Now that I covered the whole wreath with it, I'm gonna be adding this beautiful Mrs. Santa Claus. First, I thought I'm gonna add Mr. Santa Claus, but I think it's gonna look just perfect with adding Mrs. Santa Claus to it. I'm also adding these beautiful Dollar Tree mini ornaments, and I'm gonna glue them on top of the fur ribbon. I'm just going and see where I'm gonna position them, and I'll glue them. What I did first, I just removed the handle from the ornament. I just added a hot glue, and I glue it on top of the fur, and it worked just perfect, and it's so sturdy. I added total of 8 ornaments. I have also, with my tool, I punch a hole on my sign, and I added a twine, and I'm gonna tie it on top of my. Also, the links for my signs are in my description box. And now it's time for creating some bows. I'm using this burgundy velvet ribbon, and I'm gonna be adding this plaid ribbon as well, and creating couple of loops. And basically I'm creating a pattern with the plaid and the burgundy, and I think it's gonna match perfect with my wreath. And it's so easy to work on this bow maker. It doesn't need to be professionally done, but all you can do is just creating couple of loops and get the look that you like. This time I wanted to make a fuller, larger bow, and as you can see, I'm just going around. I don't even measure, and creating around 8 or 10 loops. Now that I made my bow, I'm tying it with the twine, and I added a longer twine on the back so I can tie it on my ribbon. I cut off the edges and creating a ducktails also. And also in the middle part, I'm gonna be adding the leftover ribbon just to cover the twine, and we're gonna add it on top of my sign. And with adding this large bow, it gives a different dimension to this wreath. I already love how it looks. I mean, you can always be creative. This time I wanted to add some white fur on it. You can also add one of those greenery garlands around and creating a wreath, but I think it looks just perfect with this red, white, and plaid. I'm adding those berries. I got those berry picks from Walmart for like a 98 cents or dollar and some change. And also I'm gonna be adding more berries between the ornaments. I just added a glue and adding them on the inside part of the ribbon. And I didn't want to add any greeneries to it. I'm only gonna add 2 mini green picks you're gonna see on each side under the berries. Also on the bottom I'm gonna add a red velvet poinsettia. I got that one from Dollar Tree. It's such a good quality. And now I'm just opening up the loops and I'm gonna glue the poinsettia between the 2 ornaments and finishing off with the berries. And as you can see, I'm adding the green picks, just 2 mini green picks on the bottom of those berries, and that's it for this wreath. Another Stewart Plaid Decor, and this time I'm using this Dollar Tree large ornament sign. And after I'm gonna remove the tag on top, the handle, I'm gonna decoupage it with this fabric. I'm gonna be adding a Mod Podge the same way like I did on my bucket and on my tray, and we're gonna create amazing decor with this $1.25 sign and just a little fabric, and you can make a very high-end look. I'm using a press to smooth it out and it worked perfect. Also, of course, nothing without the parchment just to get rid of if there is any wrinkles, but when you add a fabric as a decoupage, you hardly have any wrinkles to it. I'm gonna cut off the edges with the scissors. Also, I'm gonna be adding a Mod Podge just to seal it, and then with a lighter to get rid of all those fuzzies came out on the fabric. I'm just using a lighter to seal it. Also, I'm adding a Mod Podge on top. I'm gonna be adding this galvanized believe word also from Dollar Tree, but before that we're gonna add some rustic look to it. I added my DIY stained wood on it. I also added some antique wax and some gold matte finish to it just to get the rustic look. Also with the leftover on my sponge, I went around the edges on my sign, and now when they're nice and dry, I'm gonna glue them together. First I thought I'm gonna be adding this Merry Christmas ornament, but then I changed my mind, and now with the adhesive I'm going on the back part of the believe board, and with my brush I'm going around the words so there is no bleed through from the glue. And now with the brayer, I'm going on top of it, make sure it's all nice, smoothly glued. And also to decorate it, I'm going to be adding those frosted picks, different kind picks that I cut off of one of my Dollar Tree picks, and I'm gonna glue them on each side of the ornament. And I'm gonna add some beautiful sparkly bow and some berries, and that's it for this quick and easy hack. Let me know, what do you think with this beautiful plaid finish? I'm creating another 14-inch wreath, this time with these duster cleaners from Dollar Tree. I use 4 boxes. In each box it coming 2 of them, so it's just enough to cover the whole wreath with it. So I'm just gonna cover my wreath. I'm just adding a glue and going over until it's all covered, and nobody's gonna know that this wreath is made out of dusters. And I'm making this for my friend, and I'm gonna ask her, does she know how I made this wreath? Unless she's watching this video and she knows. You can always be creative creating wreaths like this. You can even use some fabrics, whatever you like. You can even use some of those beautiful decorative socks that they're coming at Dollar Tree, different design, and cover the whole wreath with it and add some ornaments to it and some sign, and it's gonna look just perfect. I mean, the sky is the limit. You can add any kind of material on it and create a beautiful wreath. Now to add some more details, embellishments, I'm adding this green garland, also from Dollar Tree. And as you can see, I just created like a borders, and in between those borders I'm gonna be adding some ornaments. And before that, I'm gonna be creating a large bow with this green ribbon. I got this ribbon forever, and it's so easy to create a large ribbon when you have a nice wired ribbon. And as you can see, with the finger, I'm just holding with one finger, I'm holding the ribbon, with the other finger I'm creating bows as much as I want, and then I'm gonna tie it in the middle with the twine, and then I'm gonna add it on top of my wreath. Very simple but gorgeous. I love this wreath. I decorated my house 2 years ago in green, and I had this wreath since then. I believe I bought it from Hobby Lobby. It was on clearance, and look, it came out handy for a perfect gift. Now after I glue the ribbon on top of my wreath, I'm adding these beautiful ornaments from Walmart. I got this large box for $5 and some change, and look at all those designs on these green ornaments. I love them, and I just add different design ornament on each side of the wreath, and it looks just perfect. Also, I'm going to be gluing one ornament in the middle of the bow, and I think it already looks just perfect so far. What do you think? But guess what? This is not all. I'm adding a green Santa Claus. I'm pinching a hole with my tool maker. I added a twine, and I'm gonna tie it behind my wreath. Also, I created another bow for extra embellishment. I'm gonna add it on the bottom, and that's it for this. Not even 5 minutes, believe me. It took me so little to create this wreath, and it looks just gorgeous. Let me know what do you think about this one, and I'm so excited. I'm also gonna make a centerpiece with Mrs. Santa for my friend, and that's gonna be her gift this year. I love it. And I hope you like all those creations that I create today. I made them with lots of love and I really enjoy creating all of them. Let me know if I inspire you for you to create. There's still time for Christmas or for your holiday. And give me your comments and your thoughts and what do you think. And I have another video coming up this Tuesday. Sorry, it's been late, but I've been working so hard and I hardly have time to breathe. And until next time, my darlings, I'm sending you lots of love, lots of music, positive energy, blessings. Bye-bye.